Europe, 14th century. The air smells of iron, sweat, and burning wood. For most, life is short, brutal, and bound by duty. But for a select few young men, there is a dream, one of steel, honor, and bloodshed. This is not a legend. This is the daily life of those who train to become medieval warriors. Not everyone could dream of knighthood. If you were born a peasant, your fate was the plow, not the sword. Only the sons of lords had the privilege and curse of warrior training. In the harsh world of the Middle Ages, your birth decided your fate. If you were born a peasant, your hands would know only the plow, the scythe, and the unending toil of the fields. But if you were born into nobility, like young Henry here, you had a chance, though not a guarantee, to become a warrior. The feudal system was a pyramid of power. At the top, kings and lords who owned the land. Below them, knights sworn to fight in exchange for wealth and status. And at the very bottom, the peasants, bound to the soil, forbidden from even touching a sword. For a noble boy like Henry, the path to knighthood began early, sometimes as young as 7 years old. He would be sent away from home, handed over to another lord's household to train as a page. There, he would learn not just combat, but the manners and duties of a future knight, how to serve at table, how to ride, and most importantly, how to obey without question. But even among nobles, not all would succeed. Weakness, disobedience, or simple bad luck could end a boy's dreams before they began. And for those who failed, a life of shame, or worse, being cast back into the world with no land, no title, and no future. Look around you. This is the last moment you will be a child. You are 7 years old. Your father's castle, the only home you've ever known, looms behind you. The air smells of damp earth and burning torches. Your stomach twists. Is it fear? Excitement? You don't know, but it doesn't matter. Today, you leave. Today, you begin your journey to become a warrior. Your father kneels, placing a heavy hand on your shoulder. His words are quiet, meant only for you. Obey. Return with honor. Then, without another word, he pushes you toward the waiting horses. No hugs, no tears. Lords do not coddle their sons, and knights do not look back. You climb onto your pony, too small to mount alone, but no one helps you. The knights around you are not here to comfort you. They are here to deliver you, like a package, to another lord's castle. Their armor clanks as they ride, a sound that will soon become as familiar as your own heartbeat. As the gates of your home disappear behind the hills, you realize you are alone now. The road ahead is dangerous. Bandits, wolves, the cold. A boy of 7 would never survive this journey unprotected. But you are not just a boy anymore. You are a page. And pages do not cry. They endure. This is no adventure. This is survival. The road to Lord Aldrich's castle is long, and danger hides in every shadow. Bandits stalk these woods, preying on lone travelers. Wolves, hungry from winter, have been known to drag children into the dark. And you? You are small, weak, unproven. If the knights decided to abandon you here, no one would ever find your bones. The men riding with you are not your friends. They are soldiers, bound by duty, not kindness. They speak in grunts, if they speak at all. When you ask how much farther, one of them barks a laugh. Far enough to break you, boy. You swallow hard and grip the reins tighter. Night falls, and with it, the cold. The knights set up camp, but no one tells you what to do. You try to mimic them, gathering firewood, but your arms shake under the weight. One of the men snatches it from you with a scoff. Useless. You eat in silence, chewing on hard bread and dried meat. The fire's warmth doesn't reach you. Sleep is a luxury you're not sure you'll get. And then the sound. A twig snaps. The knights tense, hands on swords. Your heart pounds. Is it bandits, wolves, or just the wind? No one reassures you. No one even looks at you. You are not their concern. If death comes tonight, you will face it alone. There it is, your new home, your new hell. The wind howls in your ears, carrying the stench of forge fire and wet dogs from the valley below. The knights shift in their saddles, even they tense at the sight. One mutters, "Lord Aldrich's teeth are sharp, boy. Mind you don't get bitten." Your throat tightens. The castle isn't beautiful like in songs. It's a fang of stone, jutting from the earth, as if the land itself spat it out. Somewhere behind those walls, boys like you have died. Boys like you will die again. And yet, you kick your pony forward. There's no turning back now. The bridge groans under hoof. You dare to glance down. The river's teeth grin up at you, skulls of deer. Maybe wolves. Maybe things with too many eye sockets. They test the bridges with prisoners, a knight says casually. If the wood holds, it's safe. Your stomach lurches. You are, after all, expendable. The raven stares at you. It knows something you don't. The knights grow quiet. Bad Luck One grumbles. But the master-at-arms backhanded him. Superstition is for peasants. The bird takes flight, a single black feather drifting into your lap. You hide it in your sleeve. A secret. A warning. The knights don't say goodbye. They've already been paid. As their hoofbeats fade, the only sound is your heartbeat too fast, too loud. The gate creaks open just wide enough to swallow you whole. A voice from the darkness rasps. "Welcome home, little lord." You step forward. The shadows eat you alive. This is not a home. This is not a school. This is a testing ground, and you are the prey. The gates close behind you with a final, thunderous clang. The air smells of wet iron and rotting straw. The guards say nothing as you step forward, but their eyes strip you bare. You are nothing here. Less than nothing. Just another noble's whelp to be broken and reshaped. A tall man emerges from the shadows, the master-at-arms. His face is a map of scars, his voice like grinding stone. "Drop your things, boy. You won't need them." Your little bundle of clothes hits the mud. No one picks it up. Follow. Don't speak. Don't fall behind. You walk. The courtyard is a maze of puddles and filth. Somewhere, a dog barks. Somewhere else, a boy screams. You tell yourself, "It's just the wind." You lie. You follow the guard deeper into the fortress. His torch spits embers onto the wet stones. The walls press closer here, like the castle is swallowing you alive. You try to memorize the turns left, right, down a spiral stair, but the darkness scrambles your thoughts. Where are we going? You dare to ask. The guard doesn't slow. To your first lesson, boy. And if the gods are kind, your last. The first thing that strikes you is the noise, the clatter of practice swords, the snorting of war horses, the shouted orders echoing off the high stone walls. You clutch the reins of your pony tighter, your small fingers trembling slightly. The journey here was long, and every mile took you further from home. Now, standing in this sprawling courtyard, you feel impossibly small. The knight before you, Sir Godric, as you'll come to know him, doesn't smile as he looks you over. His gaze is appraising, not unkind, but utterly devoid of the warmth you knew in your father's hall. So, he says at last, his voice like gravel underfoot, "Youre, Lord Everard's boy." You nod, suddenly aware of how your fine traveling tunic, once a source of pride, marks you as an outsider among these hardened trainees. Around you, the castle's rhythm continues unabated. A group of older squires, boys of 12 or 13, move through sword drills with a precision that speaks of years of practice. Their wooden wasters crack together in sharp bursts, their footwork stirring up little puffs of dust. Near the stables, a freckled boy no older than 10 struggles to lift a saddle onto a patient mare, his face red with effort. This is your world now. Every stone, every face, every sound is a lesson waiting to be learned. Sir Godric gestures to a waiting servant. Take his things to the east dormitory, and you. His calloused hand lands on your shoulder, heavy as a millstone. Come, your training begins now. As you're led away, you steal one last glance at your pony, the last living piece of home, before it's led to the stables. The gate creaks shut behind you. There's no turning back. The chapel is cooler than the courtyard, the thick stone walls holding onto the night's chill. You shift uncomfortably on your knees, the rough wool of your new tunic scratching at your skin. The practice sword in your hands feels alien, its weight all wrong, its grip too large for your small fingers. Yet when the priest places his hand atop yours, his touch is unexpectedly gentle. "Do you swear to serve your lord with honor?" he asks, his voice like dry parchment. The words are familiar. You heard your elder brother speak them years ago, but now they settle on your shoulders with new weight. You swallow hard and nod. Speak the words, child. "I swear." Your voice sounds impossibly small in the vaulted space. Somewhere behind you, Sir Godric shifts his weight, his chainmail whispering. The priest continues, his words weaving through the candle smoke. "Do you swear to obey your masters, to uphold the virtues of knighthood, and to bear your trials without complaint?" You hesitate. The candlelight catches the priest's eyes, not unkind, but unyielding. "This isn't a ceremony. It's a test." "I swear," you say again, louder this time. The priest's lips twitch, the closest thing to approval you've seen since arriving. He presses a thumb to your forehead, the oil cool against your skin. "Then rise," squire of House Aldrich, and remember, the path begins with humility. As you stand, your knees protesting from the cold stone, you catch sight of your reflection in the brass cross, a pale-faced boy playing at being a warrior. The sword in your hand suddenly feels heavier. This is no game. The vows you've just taken will shape the next decade of your life. The realization sits like a stone in your belly as you're led from the chapel, the candle flames bowing in the draft from the opening door. Dawn comes too soon. You're roused from sleep by a horn blast a sound that will mark your mornings for years to come. The older boys move with practiced efficiency, rolling from their pallets and into their clothes before you fully rub the sleep from your eyes. Move. New blood, a freckled squire named Edric hisses, tossing you your practice staff. Master de Burgh counts tardiness as disobedience. And disobedience gets you latrine duty you finish, recalling yesterday's punishment. Edric grins, already halfway out the door. You scramble after him, your staff clattering against the doorframe in your haste. The training yard is already alive when you arrive. The morning air carries the scent of damp grass and oiled leather. Sir Godric stands at the center, his arms crossed over his barrel chest. Today we drill the high guard, he announces, demonstrating the stance with effortless grace. When you mimic him, your staff wobbles like a sapling in the wind. A snicker runs through the older boys. You think this is funny, Tomas? Sir Godric's voice could freeze hell. The snickering stops. Show the boy the proper form. Tomas, a lanky squire of 14, with a broken nose, steps forward. To your surprise, his corrections are patient. Grip here, he murmurs, adjusting your hands. Weight on your back foot. No, like this. His own staff moves like an extension of his body, fluid and sure. When you finally manage a passable stance, he nods the first real approval you've earned. By midday, your palms burn with fresh blisters. The sun beats down mercilessly, and your stomach growls loud enough to earn another round of laughter. But when the kitchen maid passes with a tray of bread, she slips an extra loaf into your hand with a wink. For the brave little knight, she whispers, the bread is coarse and warm, and you've never tasted anything better. As evening falls, you collapse onto your pallet, every muscle screaming. Around you, the other squires trade stories and complaints, their voices fading into a comforting hum. Your last thought before sleep takes you is that today, for the first time, you didn't drop your staff once.